Geniuses? I don't call you geniuses because I want to call you geniuses to remind you who you are. You know, the mind thinks and the body knows, the heart knows. And when you go deeper and deeper into the power of the quantum, pure consciousness, pure love that you are, you begin to see truth for what it really is. And when that happens, you get answers, you get explanations, you get help. In fact, the higher powers that are way smarter than you will begin to flow through you. You know? I just finished the longest meditation that I've ever done with you guys, with my subscribers. I did not expect today to be so busy, but today I was so busy. But I'm glad the meditation went really well. I was just running and rushing all the way until 5 minutes before the meditation. So I had a 5-minute break after my day started at 8 a.m. Jesus. Okay. So we had a short Q&A. Everybody was just so chilled out. It was so beautiful to watch. So I spoke for some time. I spoke for 10 or 15 minutes, I'm not sure. Talk about what might happen, talk about the new breath work. What was the point of this meditation? It was a completely new breath work. It's the breath work where you bring in the yin and yang together. You bring the union of the polarity of the ground, earth, and the cosmos. And you take energy from the cosmos and you put it in your heart. And then you take energy from the ground and you put it in your heart. The whole meditation is about your heart. And at the end, you then create a union of the brain and the heart for them to do what they need to do for you. You know? It was a good meditation. Really good for some of the people, at least. It's a good step in the right direction of you being able to not tell yourself that 90-minute meditation is a long meditation. In fact, sometimes when I do a meditation that is less than 90 minutes, I'm like, I should do 2 of those back to back. Because I really want 90 minutes to 2 hours minimum. And when that becomes your baseline, you see changes in you and around you very fast, very dramatically. I have this comment that I want to address. You guys might really like this. Dr. Joe talks about experiencing other lives. I wonder if she's talking about life as in like when you leave your body and you're having experiences and you're gone for weeks, months. And then when you come back and it's only been 10 minutes, you've only been meditating for 10 minutes, but you were gone for weeks and months and years. I wonder if she's talking about that or she's talking about other people, other beings. But I'll mention both. I'll talk about both. But he says it is happening in the present moment. Yep, I'll tell you how. Does he teach what normally is called reincarnation, or there's another explanation? No, he doesn't teach reincarnation. We just evolve into other beings and other beings. We just keep evolving. You will shed this body, which is not you. This is basically a costume. And when you quote unquote die, you don't die because you were never born. And you just become something else. You'll go and experience something else. She asked me a bunch of questions in a comment, but let's address this. Since it's been a long day. I didn't even work out today. And Queen went to gym today, and I was like, oh, I didn't work out today. So, other lives. There have been moments in my mystical experience where I was gone for days. And it's very hard for me to tell you what it was like. It was really, really nice. It was magical. It's like you just go into the Avatar movie, the original Avatar movie that blew people's minds. Something like that. It was just magical. The things that were happening. I don't want to get into some of the visions and the things I experienced because most of it I don't remember because it was just so much to remember. And when I came back, the same thing happened. I was just in the middle of a meditation. I just had a moment. Now, what does that mean when Sadhguru or Eckhart Tolle or Dr. Wayne Dyer or Neville Goddard or Dr. Joe or Dr. Frank, when they say this is all happening in the present moment? Well, the reason this is all happening in the present moment and you don't see the time lapsing because you're not in time. You experience these things outside of time and space. And when you go outside of time and space, the frequency that you become, the Planck constant, I think it's called, that frequency is such a fast frequency that it doesn't even move. It is moving so fast that it doesn't even move. That's called the Planck constant, I think. It's the fastest frequency. It's vibrating so fast that it doesn't even move. And that's the frequency outside of the space and time. When you get to that level of frequency, you are everywhere, you are everybody, you are everything, you are all time, you are all space. When you become nobody, when you get to that frequency, you become everybody. You can be anybody you want. But here's the trick. When you get to that frequency, you become so whole. You become so magical. You become so in love with life. You're in such an awe that you never turn into anyone else. I mean, you would have that experience, right? But you're so happy. You're so whole that you don't even want to change anything in your past. Because you know the past led you here. And if you change anything in your past, who knows where you might be? And in the present moment, when you get to that frequency, when you become that whole outside of space and time, pure consciousness, pure love, that you are, all you want to do is be you. And you want to have those outside of space and time experiences. And when you do, you can be there for a long time. You can live an entire lifetime and you will come right back to your body. And you'll look at the watch and you'll be like, really? It's been 12 minutes? I had a whole family over there. My kids were getting married. I made babies. And I had a complete other lifetime. And now I'm here. I'm back. Guys, you can't understand this stuff with your ego. You can't understand this stuff with your analytical mind. You have to feel it. You have to be it. Now, before I go on a tangent, let me make sure I covered this stuff. Other lives, other beings. Yep. So I covered the lives of the fact that you can leave outside of space and time, and you can have literally other lives, and then you come back, and you're back to where you are. There's the other aspect to this, that when you raise your frequency, there are beings that live at that frequency, and you'll hear them, you'll see them, you'll talk to them, you'll communicate with them, and they are more love. The higher you go, right? The more pure consciousness, the more love, the more beautiful things, all that. And you will meet them. When I had my mystical experience, there was like light purple, light blue, light purple, something like that. But I just remember it being purple. I don't know I don't remember the details, but this really tall person, this beautiful tall person, I smiled at it, whatever it was. And it laid down next to me. to meditate next to me, and it held my hand, and I felt the fingers of whatever this was, whoever this was. And for some reason, I was very surprised. It was the first time this has ever happened to me. And I felt no judgment. I felt nothing. Why? Because I was outside of space and time. I was outside of the ego. I was outside of the analytical mind. Everything was out of the way. I was just completely naked and vulnerable and just completely true me. Why do you think I am showing you guys so much of my vulnerabilities right on camera when I do my breath work? When I tell you my low times and high times, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to show you who I truly am. And it's going to do two things. People that are on this path, people that are dedicated, people that are committed, people that this resonates with, people that are dinging with my frequency will get attracted to me, will become part of my community, will become my friends, will become my lifelong people that I'm going to be around. I have such big plans for you guys. I'm making an app for you guys. I'm making a website so the community can come together. On the app, everything will be in one together. Right now, I'm working way too hard because I'm handling Zoom on this side and in Telegram and all these other separate things, and it's getting me too busy. Okay? I'm putting it all together. I'm creating an app, Mystical Being app. And that app will have live Q&As, live meditations, the Telegram type of stuff so people can talk. You can request topics and everybody else can vote on the topics. So the topic that has the most votes becomes the next topic, let's say. And a lot of other things. Coherence healing. I'm making my own meditations. So there's a lot that I'm going to be doing. Anyways, not only was it a long day, the meditation was quite wild. So I'm like, I'm going all over the place. Apologies. I'll send this to a couple of you guys to get some feedback to see if this is even worthy of being online. Jesus, I might delete it. And when I met this being that held my hand, lay down next to me, and this happened after that in a couple different meditations. I've left my body many, many, many times. Now, I don't even remember how many times in the past few months alone. And then there's this vulnerability that I'm showing you guys. Sometimes I just activate my energy centers and it immediately hits me. And I almost start crying, or I start crying. It just gets so heavy. I feel so much love so instantly. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, I don't know what they're going to think, but because I just want them to see me the way I am. This is a moment in my life. I want them to see this moment the way it is. Let them see it. And the people that this doesn't resonate to at all, sleepwalkers, they'll just move away. They'll just get out of the way and they can just go and, do their sleepwalking thing. That's fine. Aman's brother. Oh gosh. It was great. I have a lot of plans for long meditations and to meet with you guys and a bunch of you guys in similar areas so we can actually do coherence healings together, meditate together, meet and travel, become good meditators, become good manifestors. Is it just me or I look too skinny today? I think I've been forgetting to eat lately. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I ate this. I did eat, yes. Yes. Okay. Some of you guys remind me to eat because I told you guys I eat once a day. was like, but when I go into meditations, I'm eating the quantum, I'm eating the cosmos, I'm eating the light. So how Sadhguru talks about things, like sometimes you could be in a meditative state for days and days and days and you won't eat at all. And it's fine. You're going to be fine. You know how people, when they go on a water fast and they don't eat or drink anything other than just water, or maybe lime water with some pepper and salt and electrolytes in it, but just salt and water for 21 days, 30 days, 48 days. I guess I shouldn't feel that bad. But if I got too skinny, I guess it'll make me look good in a suit, right? That's how it works. I wanted to make this video for two reasons. I wanted to say thank you for those of you that are committed to the work, that are on the journey. Thank you. We are making the world a better place by awakening one soul at a time. Okay? And I'm so thankful to so many of you guys that are literally helping me. Cole from Canada is making a website for me. He's going to handle everything. He's doing the app thing. He's teaching me because he's so technical. He's so good at this stuff. Not only is he just doing this because he wants to do it, and he's at the same time thanking me. Like when I hung up on him, when I hung up on the phone call that I had, I just cried. I'm just so thankful. There are people that are making my thumbnails, that are helping me with things, that are the website thing, and there's just so many things happening. And I'm like, no, I want you to get rewarded for this effort, and I will reward them, of course. I want this to be a team effort, and I want this team to be my lifetime team. I want this team to become my lifestyle. I want to be their friend. I want them to be my friends. I want us to turn this mission into our lifestyle. So something that they can do this full time, and something that I can then do full time. And I can then truly focus on all of the things and events and missions and experiences that I want to bring to you guys. Thank you. And people that are asking me these beautiful questions, they take their time out of their day. I can feel their beautiful soul when I'm reading and replying to them and they're replying to me. I'm so grateful for you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. We have so much to do. We're going to heal people. We're going to wake people up. We're going to increase the fields. We're going to bless people with our pure love energy. We're going to become the example of the high frequency that we want others to become. And we will get there ourselves too. We will disconnect ourselves from the past, even if it happened. We will disconnect the bond from the past, so that even if we look at it, we can look at it objectively. Right? We can just look at it from an observer, as an observer. Because every time you look at your past, you grab it from the memory bank, you look at it, and you change it. And then you put it back. Every time you do that, you change it. You change your memories every time you look at them. You change 25% of your memories every year. Imagine how that would compound, and how much the way you think about your past was not the way the past actually went. Just like the Chinese whispers. I don't know if you guys know Chinese whispers. You know, when you whisper something in someone's ears, a story, and then that person whispers that story into someone else's ears, and that person whispers the story into someone else's ears, and by the time the last person writes that story down, it's a completely different movie, completely different story. That's how it works when every time you look at your past memory. Every time you grab your past memory, a different person is looking at it. Why? Because you are a different person in every moment. So the Chinese whispers is happening because you are the different you every moment. A different person is looking at that same memory every time. Of course it changes. You have different frequency, you have different energy, you're in a different mood, you know more, you know less, you are hurt. Whatever has happened, it's a different version of you, which means it's a different person. And you don't realize that because that version is just a little bit similar to you or a lot similar to you. So you don't think that I'm a different person. But you are. Because when you change your energy, what happens? You change your personality. Some of you guys are bilingual, right? Well, a lot of you guys are bilingual. But when you're bilingual, when you know more than one language, let's say you know 3 languages, right? I know 4 or 5. I don't know. I mean, it would but let's say you know more than one language. Every language that you can fluently speak, you have a different personality in it. So if I were to start speaking Hindi, I would have a completely different personality than I do in English, right? And you guys, I mean, I live in Florida, so I see a lot of people that speak Spanish. And when they switch from English to Spanish, I don't even know Spanish, and I just immediately can feel the difference in their personality. It's like a completely different person. So and you get these clues in your existence that even knowing the same you, 2 different languages, you have 2 different personalities. And when you have a different personality, you have different energy in it. You have different outcomes of how other people perceive it. I hope this made sense. Sorry it took me that long to answer one question. Looks like I'm going to have to answer the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions in another video because I'm really tired. And we have a 90-minute pineal gland meditation first thing in the morning, so I think I'm going to get some sleep. I love you.